up where we left off, and I looked at this question. I thought it was really easy, but maybe it's not easy for you. I don't know, but I'm going to go ahead and read it. Assume that neither the written agreement nor the specifications mentioned the size of the water heater. This is a continuation of the other fact pattern that we did yesterday, so go look at the first one, and then you'll be able to follow. I'll try to find the link and put it below. Carl installed a 20-gallon heater. The size of the house reasonably required one of at least 40 gallons. After the house was completed, Homer noticed the size of the water heater, and said that he would not pay the contract price. Now, Carl is now entitled to recover what from Homer? Like, okay, A, nothing, because his breach allows Homer to treat the contract as discharge, or B, the full contract price because the agreement did not specify the size of the water heater. C, the full contract price because he substantially performed the contract. D, the full contract price minus Homer's damages for breach of Carl's implied obligation to install a heater of the size reasonably required. So what do you think the answer is? If you want to pause and think about it and then put down your answer, go right ahead, and then I'll tell you what it is. And then I'll talk a little bit about some of the theories of why this would be true without citing the actual laws. I just know off the top of my head. Okay, so I'm going to say the answer. So it's D, the full contract price minus Homer's damages for breach of Carl's implied obligation to install a heater of the size reasonably required. So basically, the law provides, of course, they have the different theories like we talked about, Williston and, the four corners of the contract and the meeting of the mind and all that. And then the statute of frauds, right? If it's not in writing, can they hold it to it? And, so on and so forth. The contract did not say, what size water heater, right? But if you look at the fact pattern, it says up here reasonably required at least 40 gallons, and he put a cheaper 20. I'm assuming it would be cheaper, a 20-gallon heater in. Well, that's not satisfactory because the house, it's going to be running out of hot water when they're showering and stuff. If there's, 4 bedrooms or whatever's in there, I don't know how many bathrooms, but so there's basically remedies in the law for these kind of scenarios, and it costs a lot of money to go to court. So if you can settle out of court and look at the contract and reasonably, Homer's being unreasonable, saying he's not going to pay for the contract. Basically, what he can do is he can pay a plumber to come in and put the right size one in and deduct the cost of all that from the cost off the top, and tell Carl, look, I'm not paying you anything more than you're entitled to. You're not entitled to put in a 20-gallon water heater when it's reasonable to put in a 40-gallon one. And what they can do is, if Carl wants to cooperate, he could take the other water heater and do something else with it. I don't know. But if he argues and fights, it just causes more problems. It's better to try to negotiate. Anyway, guys, that's what I got for you today. Thank you and take care. Have a great day. Bye.